Earth is not a planet in. Hello? He's joining. He's working on it. He's still working on it. Let's see. Kiwi Bush says Dick Wayne can't even prove his best claim that the sun always above the earth because to his standards, he needs a personal observation in nature. He didn't do anything like it. All right. Earth is not a planet is joining twice. What? All right. There we go. It's happening. It is happening. And Bruce Wayne's trying to get in on the action. All right, Earth is not a planet. What's going on? Oh my gosh. It's another account joining. Every time. Like, this is Zoom. Do people never use Zoom? Apparently not. Apparently never. Still says joining. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Still joining. Okay, well.
Is my audible, McToon?
There. Hey, I hear you. What's up?
What's up? Okay, so you have let me first tell you that my first language is not English, so I'll be a little slow.
Okay.
Please bear with me. And you accept that your mobile screen is flat, is it?
What?
Skin of your mobile is flat. You said that.
The skin of my the screen. Yeah, the screen is flat. Yeah. Yeah, it's flat.
So can we extend it to up to let's say 30 miles?
No material science exists that could make a flat surface 30 miles long to a high tolerance.
So you are telling me that we have ISS and we cannot make a 35 miles flat.
Correct.
Screen.
Correct.
Isn't this a joke?
No, it's not a joke. Because everything flexes, even the phone screen, right? Even the phone screen flexes, and even the most aggressively manufactured metal is going to flex, even over a few meters. So if you have a 10-meter piece of metal, it's going to flex a little bit. And if you extend that to 1 mile, well, over the course of 1 mile, you're going to get a significant amount of flex from the beginning to the end. And so it's not going to be flat. There's no way to manufacture that. Material science doesn't have any method to produce something that's rigid.
So then why are you debating for? Because you don't accept anything flat as 30 miles, but you are debating with flat earthers that art is flat. So there is no need for debating, no?
There are ways to measure, though. Yeah, you can't manufacture material, but you can certainly measure over the course of a mile or 30 miles.
We have theodolite, we have all engineering tools to make something flat. Like we make buildings, we make bridges.
Yeah. Buildings flex.
Don't we have that?
Buildings flex. Even small buildings flex.
Okay, so there is no need to debate with you because you are so.
Because I win.
Yeah,
of course.
You
yeah, I have a perfect record.
Because building is not flat. Your floor of your room is not flat, or there is nothing in this world is flat. That's your stand. If you accept something flat
at the molecular level, that's correct. There's nothing flat at the molecular level.
If we engage lots of people, like let's say thousands of people with thousands of engineering tools when we can make a 35 miles flat
No,
road on the earth. We can.
no.
We can make it, man. Don't lie,
Yeah,
man.
only. I mean, you could use a standard other than the rigidity of the material. You could, for example, use surveying methods
Yes.
to manufacture it to that standard, right? You could say, well, here we're gonna do we're gonna use theodolites. We're gonna use different tools and techniques to build something that is 30 miles long and is flat within a certain tolerance. And of course, everything has a tolerance. Everything has a margin of error.
Yes.
Flat earthers almost never have any idea of what a margin of error is. For example, can I ask you, if you have a tape measure or a ruler, right? I have a ruler right here. Okay. If you have a ruler, and if that ruler has centimeters on it and has a mark every millimeter, right? So it's 10 millimeters between each centimeter. What is the margin of error of that ruler? The minimum margin of error.
I don't know.
I know you don't know. Flat earthers don't understand margin of error. The answer is 1/2 of a millimeter, but it could be more. Depends on the precision of the tool. Now, when you are measuring using the highest surveying standards, a distance of a mile, you can measure a deviation out to a mile of less than a centimeter. Right? You can do that, but you couldn't build something and say, we're going to make it flat and it's going to remain rigid that entire distance. We're not going to use external methods to test whether or not that is or flat. We're going to make it rigid such that over the course of a mile it is that, and we don't need to use those external tools.
Okay, I understand your margin of error. But for 30 miles, how much curve is required for Earth to be globe?
For the globe, how much curve?
For 30 miles.
Yeah, just under 1/2 of a degree.
No, you have to tell me in the distance, miles or meters or foot, not in degree.
Yeah, you asked me how much curve. I answered in the units that would tell you curve. Less than 1/2 of a degree. About 70 miles is 1 degree. So about 35 miles would be 1/2 a degree.
So you are not using flat Earth calculator.
I'm not using what?
Earth curvature calculator.
I'm answering the question you asked. You asked how much curve, and the answer to how much curve is not a distance, it's a curve amount. The amount of curve in 30 miles is just under 1/2 of a degree.
Okay, now I'm asking you in the terms of feet or feet. How much will be drop from 1 point
You want
30 mile distance?
Yeah, you want drop from a linear tangent. That's what you're asking for. Sorry, linear drop from a tangent. Right? Linear drop from a tangent. And so we can do that in the Walter Bislin's Advanced Earth Curve Calculator. Now, flat earthers always fail to get this correct. They don't know how to do anything. And when they're given this, when we just hand it to them, say, here's how you should do this, they still can't do it. So, all right, let's go. What country are you in that you're talking miles? I was trying to talk metric.
India.
Isn't India in metric?
India, yes.
Why are we talking miles?
Because I understand miles. Okay.
But don't you use the metric system in India?
Yes, kilometers.
Okay, so why not use kilometers instead of miles?
Okay.
Well, is this a thing? Is this like flat earthers are so terrible at units that even in countries where they grew up using metric, they for some reason go to imperial when they're trying to do science? That's ridiculous.
I searched in Google about celestial navigation, and there are miles only mentioned. So I am using miles here.
Oh my
I
gosh.
hope you understand miles.
Of course, I can convert units. Okay, so target distance, we're gonna go 30 miles. My goodness. So now this is you're asking how much drop you want the linear drop from a horizontal tangent at 30 miles is that right? 597 feet.
Okay, so 597 feet. So can we use this within the margin of error for making a 35 miles flat?
You cannot, yeah, you can, there's no material science to do that where it's going to be rigid, but if you want, you can use surveying methods and you can say, okay, well, here we are. This is where 597 feet linear drop from horizontal tangent 30 miles away would be. Why do you want to do that?
Yes, I want. Yes, margin of error could be 5 to 10 feet, could be positive, negative. But
margin of error would be less than that using
597 feet.
using modern surveying methods. It would be much less than that. But what is your what problem are you trying to solve here? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, no. Yes, good. Now come to the point. So if we can make a 35 miles flat with 5 to 10 feet margin of error, now as per globe model, the celestial navigation observation that we observe on daily life, that 1 degree change in elevation angle on the star or sun, moon,
Yeah,
is due to the curvature of the earth. Isn't it? Isn't it?
I'm having a hard time understanding you.
Okay, I'm repeating again. 1 degree change in elevation angle is due to 69 miles on the earth.
Okay, yes.
This is observation.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
we all observe.
Well, sorry. Let me repeat for I'm struggling to understand, but I think I'm getting it. If you're looking for example at a star and you move away from the GP of the star 69 miles or 60 nautical miles or 111 kilometers, then the elevation of that star will drop by 1 degree. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, what is the cause for that phenomena? Now we are going to second step of scientific method. That
What
let's
is
say,
what is the cause?
as per globe model, what is the cause of this phenomenon?
Yeah, moving 69 miles is the cause.
No,
Yes.
moving is not the cause. As per your globe model, let me tell you, McToon, curvature of the earth is the cause, because sun rays or rays from the stars are parallel as per your model. So it is the curvature of the earth that causing these changes.
Okay, you varied your location. You didn't vary the arc.
Yes.
Yeah. The independent variable is the location.
Not location, it is the curvature of the earth.
Okay, sounds like you're just trying to be pedantic here. Do you have any evidence for flat Earth in this, or are you just trying to play word games?
So if we manipulate the cause, then we will see the changes in the effect, the phenomena. So cause here is the curvature of the earth. So what we will do, we will manipulate the curvature by making 35 miles flat flat road by using surveying tools. Now what we will do, we will check elevation angle from this 35 miles distance. Both ends will change. Check the elevation angle. If that angle remains same, then answer will be yes, earth is.
So what you have neglected to identify is that the vertical vector will also change. So if we were to imaginary somehow manufacture a structure that was perfectly rigid, perfectly straight, 30 miles, and you started at one point and you measured the angle to a star, and then you moved along the surface of this perfectly flat surface 30 miles or even 69 miles, so your entire degree worth, right? And then you got to that other spot and you measured the angle to that. If you were measuring the angle relative to the surface, then yes, but I don't know what method you think you would use to measure it perpendicular, measure it in reference to the surface, because there are generally no tools that measure it in reference to the surface. The tools that we use, specifically theodolite, measure it in reference to the vertical vector, and the vertical vector will change over 69 miles. It will also have varied by 1 degree.
Now, as we are using flat vertical line here, so artificial horizon is a method. Hope you know that. How to make an artificial horizon instrument. We can put that in 2 places. Okay, parallel to this.
So but an artificial horizon also uses the vertical vector.
Here we are using this flat 30 miles flat artificially made structure as
so if you wanted to measure it, you could devise a method where you measured the angle to the star in reference to the flat surface that you're building in Fantasy World at the start, and then 30 miles or 69 miles later also measure it in reference to the flat surface of the thing you're on. Right there, you could do that. Right, a theodolite doesn't do that, but you could devise a method to do that. Then what?
Yes. Now, if both these places measure the same angle, then what will be the conclusion?
If they measure the same angle,
their reading becomes same. 39. Well, suppose 30 degree both the ends.
The fact that you are now 597 feet above the, say you started out, this is above water. Mm-hmm. The fact that you're now 597 feet above the surface of water and you measure that angle is proof that you're on a globe.
Both the places, the angle should be same, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're measuring it in relation to the surface of that imaginary structure that you built, then yes, on the globe, right? But that wouldn't tell you anything about the surface of the Earth, really. What you would know about the surface of the Earth is that rigid, structure is now 597 feet above the surface of the water at 30 miles away.
I have measured this. I have done this on my own.
You have not done that because the structure does not exist.
Let me tell you, we have surveying method. We can make level using auto level. We can, by different methods, there are in this engineering field, that we can make level from a reference point to another reference point by taking 1 mile, 1 mile, 1 mile. We can make it a 35 miles. I have done it myself.
What's the name of this surveying technique that you're using?
Some draw-when method I cannot understand now.
Well, wait. I want to be clear. You're telling me that you personally did some surveying technique, but you don't know the name of the surveying technique that you did.
I have to search at YouTube. Okay, but you can name it. I can recall it.
I'm gonna press X to doubt on this one. Seriously, if you don't know the method that you used to survey 35 miles, if you can't even give the name for it, then I'm saying you didn't do it. And if you did it, you didn't do it with any sort of rigor.
I took 2 staff both the side, and I put my auto level in the middle, and I make 1 point level to the another point by just 500 meters. Then I took that second step, stay there, and I put my auto level to the next 250 meters away from the second stop.
Okay.
Then I put the stop again. That's why that's how I
Oh, okay.
measure
Okay.
what is the
All right.
height of this
Okay.
place from the other places.
All right. So let's, so you started at one spot and you measured forward to the next
Yes.
spot, right? And then you went to that next spot and you measured forward to the next spot, and you went to the next spot and you measured forward to the next spot over and over and over for 35 miles.
Yes, how they
Okay.
the
Okay. That is not how surveyors do it, because that introduces error. Surveyors do something called differential leveling. You did not do differential leveling. That's why I asked you what it was that you were doing. Hold on. Kingfisher. What are you doing?
This method used by
Hold
engineers to make
on.
building.
Dude. Okay. Do you have a different name I can call you? Like Anal or something? Like, it doesn't have to be a real name, just something a little easier to say than whatever. Anyway, somebody's getting, I think, unnecessarily comments blocked out in chat here, and I just don't want it to happen. So anyway, do you have a name you like to be called other than what is it? Oh my gosh. Earth is not a planet. Do you have a more, maybe a more catchy name than that? It's a bit of a mouthful. Do you have something else?
Rakesh, you can call me Rakesh.
Raucous. Does that work? All right. Got it. Raucous. All right. So yeah. So if you're going to be doing surveying, you should be doing proper surveying methods. So you were just doing foresights, no backsights. So you weren't doing differential leveling. It sounds like you don't quite have a background in surveying. Is that right?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. So did you have a knowledgeable surveyor assist you in this?
Yes, one of my engineering friend asked me.
And he's like a certified professional surveyor?
Yes, he is a graduate from engineering course.
No, I didn't ask about if he's a graduate from an engineering course, because engineers are not surveyors. Surveyors have a different schooling system.
But he built bridges, no?
He what?
He built bridges, buildings.
He built bread. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean he's a surveyor.
Use these techniques, these tools, this auto label, these tabs, this surveying tool. He used all his life.
He's used it all his life. Okay,
Yes.
but he's not a certified professional surveyor.
Surveyor, no.
No. Okay. So why didn't you get a real surveyor? Right. What you're doing is you try to establish a standard, right? Here is a straight line 30 miles long, right? But you didn't use proper surveying techniques to do that, right? And you had your friend who sounds like he's not an actual surveyor and doesn't actually have the knowledge about how to do it correctly. So why not do it correctly? This is a very common problem with flat earthers. They don't want to do things correctly for some reason, and so they don't go and do things correctly, right? So the surveying methods that you use, what was the margin of error? You don't know.
Let's now, okay, McToon, we do this. On some bridge is there about the sea. I forgot the name of the bridge, which is 35 miles.
Yeah.
Okay. I and you do this test. Okay. First, let's measure the drop of this 35 miles of that bridge. Okay. Now make a structure which is flat on that bridge.
Yeah. So you want to build. You want to build it.
Not flat.
You want to actually build a structure that's 30 miles long. Okay. I hope you have some wealthy people that are going to assist you.
What I have to do? First measure the drop of that bridge. Okay. First we'll measure. If it is 597 foot, then okay, 597-foot structure is very difficult to build, then we'll stop this experiment. But if we found that the 35 miles bridge have only 10 to, let's say, 30 feet difference from one point to another point, then what we'll do, we'll make a 30 feet long structure to make that level. Then we'll measure this elevation angle from these 2 points of these two bridges. And if we get same angle, then what will be your conclusion? That Earth is not a planet.
Yeah. I already covered it in the introductory part of this conversation, where somebody would put together the funds apparently to build the structure.
Experiment.
But you did not.
The final experiment for flat Earth.
You would need to use
the Antarctica and shouting on someone else. Where is the gun, McToon? Where is the gun? This
where's the gun?
That final experiment. Let's do it.
That was a joke.
Let's do it.
That was a joke to mock Nathan Oakley, the lying, filthy scum. It had nothing. That wasn't the science. The science was we measured the length of the shadow and the angle to the sun. We measured the azimuth of the sun. We measured the distance between lines of longitude when we were there. We measured the magnetic field strength while we were there. I measured whether or not there was a strong GPS signal and whether or not there was a cell phone signal. There was not. So the GPS did not come from cell phones.
Yeah,
so we did all these. We did a bunch of different experiments, and these were all experiments. Just a second. These were all experiments.
All your claim on the basis of faith, because we are not going to Antarctica, but we can both go to that bridge only. Everybody can do this. My test, not your going to Antarctica. That is.
Yeah, but your test, your
$30,000 of money or time, specific time. But
okay, well, hire a surveyor. Hire a surveyor to do it right. Tell them, I want you, professional surveyor, put your name on the line here, your professional credentials on the line. I want you to develop a standard, straight, non-bending line from here to somewhere else 30 miles away. And I need you to certify with your credentials, with your career, that point 30 miles away is straight from here to there. You get somebody who knows what they're doing to do that. Go ahead, and I'll come to India, and we can measure the angle then. What part of India?
No, I'll not expose my location, my thing to.
Oh, come on. India's all right. That's fine. India's big. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'd love to go to India. That'd be fantastic. I got a good friend from Goa, but I'm guessing you're not from Goa. Is that right?
Right.
Yeah. My neighbor, they moved away. They still own the house, but they moved away. They're from the Punjab. Best neighbor ever, because they'd bring food over every once in a while. It was the best food. Absolutely the best food. You know what my favorite is? What would you say? Rocker? My favorite is chicken makhni. You say it makhni or makhani? Whatever that is. Butter chicken. I love it. It's good stuff. All right. Well,
okay.
You get that to happen. Send me an email, mctoon@mctoon.net. Get that certified surveyor to do that, so that the one end is 597 feet above the surface of the water. Double check my math there, and there we go. That'd be awesome.
I have done this, and by using two people using this sextant from this 30-mile distance, and both are using the same time, exact same time, and pointing to the same star and same sun. We got half a degree difference.
Yeah,
Even if
that
the
globe predicts.
even if the structure is flat,
That's what the
so
globe
McToon,
predicts.
Earth is flat.
Yeah,
So McToon, Earth is flat. This 1 degree
no,
change
this
in
is
perspective. This is due to
exactly what the globe
perspective,
predicts.
not. No, no, no.
You've
It doesn't
identified
matter who
exactly
predicts.
what the globe
It doesn't
predicts.
matter who
Good
predicts. It
job.
is due to
You proved the globe.
the perspective, not due to your curvature, Mr. McToon. Earth is flat. Come on, man. Go
You,
join to the truth.
you,
You
you
are very
just
intelligent, man.
you just
You are
proved that the
intelligent.
Earth is a globe
Stop
because
following Satan. Stop following Baphomet. There is nothing there. You are the God. God reside inside you, man.
look,
You can be a good man. You are very intelligent. I know
Anal,
that. You are good at lying.
you just proved the Earth is
super
a
at
globe.
lying, man.
You just
I
proved the
adore
Earth
you.
is a globe.
For your intelligence. For your intelligence, I adore you. Your capability to
I
lie.
have no
I
idea
adore
what
you.
you're talking about,
You are excellent, man.
but you proved
Please
the
join to the
Earth
truth.
is a globe.
Please join to
That's
the
what you did.
God,
You moved 30
not
miles
Baphomet.
away and the angle to the star changed by half a degree. That's what the globe predicts. You just confirmed the globe.
No matter who predicts,
This is hilarious. No, you didn't. You proved it. You proved the curvature, and you obviously don't have any idea about the geometry involved here.
Cause is the perspective, not the curvature of the art.
You don't know perspective. What's the formula for perspective?
Look, McToon, this perspective is
What's
a big thing.
the formula for perspective?
And they do not teach
You
this
don't know.
perspective in your schools.
You don't know. You don't get to talk about perspective if you don't know how to apply
They are not
it.
teaching us this perspective calculation in our schools.
All right. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But thanks for joining. You can go.
Okay.
Nobody understands what you're talking about anyway.
Thank you, McToon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. I wish I could understand him a little better. He sounded like until he went a little crashing out there, he sounded like a decent guy. Hello, Penguin. What are you doing? What's up, puppy? Well, come here. Come here. Come here, Penguin. Come on. Oh, not you, Donkey. I call Penguin. Donkey comes. He's got pretty serious FOMO. So, all right. Earth is not a planet. It's still, hey, it's still in the chat. You can, in the bottom corner, there's a button that lets you leave. All right. Penguin, come here. Come here, puppy. Come on, good girl. It's getting cold, so she's got a sweater on. She's so cute. How you doing, puppy? Yeah, good girl. So yeah, anyway, so here's what he did. I let me try to summarize. He used non-surveying techniques, just like some invented method that isn't how surveyors do things. It isn't like the techniques that surveyors use are very precisely formulated to know what they're doing, so that they don't introduce error. That's not the techniques that they use. But it shows the lack of understanding of the person that he was working with, the guy who is an engineer. Well, I don't care if he's an engineer. I care if he's a surveyor, a certified professional surveyor. That would be the person that you need to get. And when I say they need to be ready to put their credentials on the line, surveyors in the United States, and probably different in different countries, but surveyors in the United States are responsible and held accountable for the things they do. And they carry insurance like doctors do. Doctors carry malpractice insurance, and surveyors